There are 7 geographic regions. Within those regions, there are 195 countries, all cultivating their own customs and traditions, one of which is folk music.
The music that has no writer, no composer, and no ownership. Just beautiful melodies passed down from generation to generation. On episode 3 of Motherland in the Midwest, we introduce you to a band that plays here in the Midwest. Meet Kapela Hajducy.
Kapela Hajducy mainly focuses on Polish Highlander music of the Skalne Podhale region of Poland. We also play music from Romania, from Hungary, from Slovakia, a lot of music from the whole Carpathian trail of mountains. And being that we're all born in America, we also try to perform and play some American tunes as well.
Today we talk to a young group of first-generation men who proudly continue to live out their culture that was instilled in them as young children. However, the initial lineage of Polish Highlanders first migrated into the northeastern part of Poland late into the 16th century. String bands of about 5 members would join together to sound the upbeat music for celebrants. The 5 instruments needed are:
I play the violin, and I play what's known as the prim, which is the main melody. The primista, which actually comes from Hungarian word primas, is the leader of the band. The benefit to the melody as a whole is that it is the melody. It's what everything else is based off of.
So I play the violin in the group, and it's more specifically the second violin, also known as the drugi głos or drugi prim, and that is actually the harmony to the melody part.
I play the third violin, so I basically help out the melody as well as the harmony section, so I'm kind of filling in wherever is needed.
This is the Hungarian chord viola. I play second in the band. It's a little different from your traditional viola. It's got 3 strings, viola G string that's tuned up to an A, regular viola D, and a regular viola A. And it's the chordal accompaniment to the band.
I play the instrument referred to as a double bass. It is the largest instrument in the string family and has the lowest pitch. We were a drummerless band, so I like to say I bring the rhythmic energy to the band.
I started playing Pogoda school when I was about 10 years old.
7 years old.
5, 6 years old.
15 years old.
I started playing Pogoda at the age of 5.
My first teacher was my father. He taught me as far as he could. I believe our lessons lasted 6 months. And then he found a proper violin teacher for me. This gentleman, Alexander Rempała, started teaching me classical music. So I took lessons with him for many years. And then I had góralski violin lessons from Bogdan Pawlikowski.
I had many teachers throughout my life, first starting with my classical training on the violin, which was a gentleman by the name of Alexander Rempała. My first training with góralski, aside from hearing my brother and my father play, was from Bogdan Pawlikowski.
My brother John actually was the one who taught me. Without him, I would not be playing for sure.
Jan Bobek was my teacher, and we are actually now band members, 15 years later.
My grandpa definitely had the biggest influence on me. He taught my brother and I basically all the different melodies, and from there my dad pushed us to basically play, and it all started from there.
So many things kept me playing throughout these years. Number one thing is I have such a passion for this music, and I feel an obligation to continue the traditions that were set forth by my parents. My great-grandfather was a musician as well, and so I just want to kind of keep this family legacy, so to speak, going.
We're a group of accountants, teachers, and engineers, and living in a fast-paced world, and once we get together and play, it's basically like an escape for us.
But of course, we all come to a crossroads when things get difficult. Do we become quitters, or do we push through?
There was actually a lot of times that I wanted to quit because I was very forced to play as a young adult, but then basically one day it just kind of clicked in me that I wouldn't have anything to show the next generation.
My father had a saying when we were younger, albo pół godziny grać, albo godzinę klęczeć. So now, it's not a matter of I want to play, I have to play.
There's no hiding for the band now. These days, Kapela Hajducy comes together to continue celebrating their Polish Highlander culture.
My brothers and I have been playing together for as long as I could remember as a family band. And Tom and Andy also had their own band. One of our brothers, Daniel, moved away, and so we had to fill a spot in the band. And so what we did was we kind of banded together, so to speak, and we created Kapela Hajducy. The word Hajducy is, if you think of Robin Hood took from the rich, gave to the poor, and the famous Hajduk in our culture is Janosik. So his strength, we feel like, personifies our perseverance in performing and keeping these traditions alive.
Kapela Hajducy is a folk band that clients can book for many different occasions.
Our main thing is we playing weddings. In addition to that, we do christenings, communions, anniversary parties, birthday parties, and we also do funerals. You can book us through Facebook, Kapela Hajducy. If you type that in, email address is there and a telephone number, and you can send us a Facebook message as well.
Polish Highlander music is very vibrant and upbeat. Anyone who likes bluegrass and cultural music will love to have Kapela Hajducy entertain their event with this art form.
It's an art form because every musician plays it differently, plays it uniquely. They bring their experiences in music and in life to their performance of every single tune, and every musician's interpretation of these tunes that one maybe calls standard is unique and different and really personal to that musician.
This art form will not end on this first generation. In fact, all 5 men mention that they will continue teaching this tradition to their children and younger siblings.
If there's any gift that I could share with my son, it would be the gift of music. And I could even see years from now, hopefully not many years from now, of him playing with us.
My brother is 13 years younger than me. With it being such an age gap, music definitely connects us. We try to jam out at least twice a week, and I don't see why we wouldn't continue this in the future.
Culture is important. Just as it was dispersed around the world, we must disperse it among our lives to learn and appreciate people's unique differences. If you think deep, then you'll find that culture means a lot to everyone.
My Polish heritage means so much to me because it's the biggest part of my cultural identity. In America, we have so many cultures, and everybody should really be celebrating where their ancestors came from.
I feel like I owe it to my father and to my parents for coming here. I'm so proud of them.
Basically, when I moved out to Seattle 2 years ago, I wasn't really aware of how much it meant to me until I didn't have it.
We live in Chicago, which is such a big melting pot with hundreds of different cultures and traditions. I think it's definitely important to showcase our own traditions.
Eventually, it'll come to a person that doesn't, and that culture it'll be lost.
All the music on this episode is played and sung by Kapela Hajducy. Anyone interested in hearing more Polish Highlander music and the band should look for their upcoming album. Details will be posted on the Kapela Hajducy Facebook page. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you have a culture story, then please contact us at kaleidoscopechi.com. We want to hear from you.